this is Ree here. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. And don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. I can help you with anything. And if you would like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video. Let's talk about the new moon that will be happening on August 16th in Ashlesha. So something new will pop up, and it's going to have to do with the following. Now, Ashlesha is associated with the snake and is often to what we cling to and we may need healing from. Attachment brings suffering, and being clingy to anything will bring up this type of suffering. Being clingy also draws people away. With Venus retrograde and combust aspecting the 7th house of relationships, business partnerships, and also income can be affected. We have to be aware if we are being insincere with ourselves or if we're also being deceived or deceptive. Now, we must overcome our lower aspects of human nature and beware if others are acting out of that realm. The Patal Loka is where demons reside. It's the level of consciousness where the demons are, what you would call the underworld. It's the one who lacks knowledge and insight to the bigger picture is the one who lives in the underworld. The one who acts out of fear or anger or ignorance and in defense because it knows nothing else. So it's about overcoming this lower dimension of ourselves. These levels of consciousness we can reside in if we live in fear. So it's about removing the fear, removing the ignorance. The only way to do that is through knowledge. Spiritual practice brings knowledge. So right now we're overcoming all of these things, these aspects in ourselves, so we can heal and then we can move on. Because once we slay these demons, then we can go onto the throne in Maka, where we can rule again. Now, remember this lok that the demons, the asuras, live, these darker aspects of ourselves live. In Hindu texts, it is beautiful. It's full of gold. It's beautiful people. It's bright. It's full of jewels. It's dark because it's underground, under the surface of the earth where the Nagas live, the serpent entities. It's all dark, but the jewels light it up because it's so beautiful down there. And everyone's beautiful. It's about indulging to the point that you're never satisfied and you're never truly fed. So that's why it becomes a hell realm. But initially it looks beautiful. So remember, that's where the saying comes from, all that glitters ain't gold. And that's because unlike what we're told, how the hell realm, they say it's full of disgusting things and people on fire and people dying, this is actually beautiful, which can be very illusionary and very deceptive if we don't have the knowledge of what the demon realm is actually. So the words that describe Ashlesha, and for those who have this in their birth chart, I am not describing you as these things. Now, most people who have this actually end up being victims of these types of things. So it doesn't mean that you are like this at all. So don't take this personally. The words that describe this are demon, diabolical, darkness, debauchery, devouring, danger, deceit, deception, destruction, depression, damn, death, delusion, desperation, and doctor. So these are the themes that will encompass this new moon. Some will do anything to climb the social ladder at this time, even if it means throwing others under the bus. Political agendas will be at a rise to gain money and resources by any means. Be cautious of those who are chameleons because they might not be who they present themselves to be in all aspects of your life. Diseases and illness will be on the rise. Physical and mental disorders, especially as we near Ketu, which is lost, entering Virgo, which is health, which happens in November. Also death from drugs and poisons, overdoses, fentanyl, trank, all these new drugs are a part of this. Some will use psychological tactics to exploit others. The word narcissist comes to mind. Because of this energy, people will be highly suspicious of one another. This could possibly have to do with the media's agenda on health matters. This can create a victim mentality. some can become victims, but use this energy to enlighten yourself and gain knowledge from these experiences, because it can actually empower yourself instead of staying as a victim. Defeat your own inner demons in order to gain the throne again. The demons are only manifesting in front of you because they were inside of you to be healed. So the only way we can heal something is when it comes up. Same way why you get sick and you start sweating, your body's trying to heal itself, and it's a good thing. Remember, this world is a mirror of the internal. There's nothing outside of you. The only things you see are a reflection of what's within you. That's literally what it is. So you can't go and change the outside. You have to change the inside. And so sometimes if it's been inside for too long, it's going to manifest as something physical. This Nakshatra, and especially at the Gandanta point, can bring total enlightenment and Kundalini rising. So use the power of Kali Ma. This has the ability to completely enlighten you with the knowledge of the Guru. The Guru is your higher self. So use this opportunity to do your spiritual practices and you'll see great results. Now, the 29th degree is the Gandanta point between the elements of water and fire. Gandanta means the knot at the end. It is a part of the zodiac that marks the transition between the water element to the fire element. It's a tangle, or it can be a problem that's difficult to untangle or unravel. And this is the junction between destruction and creation. Destruction, Ashlesha, is where you defeat the demons. Creation is in Leo, in Maka, where we create. So we're at that point. So there could be some difficult things that pop up during this time. But remember, that's only what was within you. It's time to defeat it. It's time to be brave. And once we defeat it, the throne is waiting for us. So remember that. So the Gandanta point can bring out also challenges and chaos into the world. Now, the new moon in Ashlesha will also have Venus retrograde there. Like I said, is combust. Now, Venus is the lord of the 11th house, which means parliament, legislation, legislative members, business groups, and alliances. And also the 4th house, which is the weather, government lands, the homeland, and homes, mines. So there could actually be some new legislation that has to do with climate change. Venus is a karaka of material possessions in life. Remember that. Venus is wealth, prosperity, joy, pleasure, beauty, attractiveness, youthfulness, love, relationships, satisfaction from your love in your love life, creativity, arts, music, designing, shows, glamour, jewelry, makeup, luxury items, traveling, vehicles, many other things. So all of these things are being revisited, and some of these things may have to die off. Some of these things are combust as well, which means it's losing its energy. It doesn't have the energy for all of these things at this time. And this new moon will be happening, will give us energy for 30 days. So all of these things will be, like I said, a little bit diminished. It's also aspecting the 7th house of relationships, and that means that we're rethinking and working on these things, and some will die off because of deception. Or maybe you suddenly awaken to some kind of truth and realize this isn't really for you. Or inner demons that come up, the inner problems that we had in these relationships come up. We have to deal with it. If you're single, then these are the inner challenges that you have to deal with that can manifest as all of these other Venus-related material things. Now, Mars will be in the 2nd house with Mercury, and Ashlesha is ruled by Mercury, and Mars and Mercury are enemies. This can bring up a lot of confusion during this time, harsh words, accidents, and even violence, and can be over money, possessions, family, travel, laws, directly affecting some people's reputation and the reputation of the leaders and government. This also has to do with entertainment, the entertainment industry, writer strikes, and anything of that nature. Any communication jobs may be affected as well. Mercurial jobs. Ketu will be in the 4th house. This is to be cautious of weather issues that could destroy homes like we've been seeing already, and also maintaining the health of the mother will be crucial during this time. Rahu Jupiter will be in the 10th house. This will be a good time expansion of career-wise for many, especially leaders in government positions, although many will be self-serving. Saturn in the 8th house in retrograde is going to bring up those who were in the limelight during the pandemic to answer for sudden deaths. A lot will be revealed, but many will try to conceal it during this retrograde. Shawtee is very secretive. Now, this will be dealing with all professions that have to do with poisons, petroleum industry, chemical engineering, cigarette industry, vaping, illegal drug dealers, drug pushers, self-serving professions like politicians, manipulators, psychologists, psychiatrists, thieves, swindlers, pornography industry, OnlyFans, Secret Service agents, spies, lawyers, yoga teachers, hypnotists, spirit mediums, channelers, psychics, etc., cult leaders, and false gurus. We'll see a lot of issues dealing with hospitals, law firms, and poisonous chemicals. So a lot to do with health. We're coming into flu season. Flu season, all it really is a reset. It's always a reset. In the occult, they mention it being a reset all the time during this year. Everything resets, and your body does, and it's naturally to get sick. But there are some factors influencing this, so this could actually be a very harsh season for health. This will directly affect the US because this will be in its 8th house of death, transformation, rebirth, right on 8th Rahu, and the US is in Rahu Dasha. And I have an entire video about that. I don't know if I already put it up or I will put it up after that, but check back. I have explaining everything to do with the US and what's going on, and I'll have more videos about all the other countries that watch me and what's going on in your country. So that's just a little bit about what's going on with this upcoming new moon. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.